Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Sweet.
Okay, Spyro. Jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole, if I can catch them. Good luck.
Alright. Crush's dungeon, let's go. But first, let's have a little bit of backstory as to how Ripto gained power in Avalar. Because I didn't vote for him!
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There, that's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah? How about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
They should have made his birthday 20 years later. That would have made more sense, honestly. Hunter, what have you done? No!
Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you?
I absolutely love how Ripto looks in this game.
Where are we?
Don't be creepy, dude. Jesus.
No dragons? Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Oh, dear God. Just tell him which switch to push.
Through the portal, you idiot!
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
Now! Go! Crush! Get the orbs now!
You're ticked off because you can't get your luggage? Really?
Now! You despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah. I, would have gone after him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
You mean kidnap?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
And the rest is history. Yes, that is Crush. He looks mean. Brah! Just dropped right in. He has a bit of a shockwave attack here, pretty easy to avoid. And as you can see, when he's like that, he has a force field that knocks you back and prevents you from getting to him. Once he's in between force fields, just go up and flame him and then run away because he's gonna do that. Yeah, I absolutely love Ripto's redesign in this game. A lot of people were kind of, what's the word I'm searching for? Kind of, hesitant to like his design because he looked to be really sinister. You can see how these platforms changed to red now, which means fireballs. And in the original game, he was, like, really boisterous and a bit dim-witted, like he yelled all the time. And a lot of people saw his new design and, we're kind of worried that his, like, really loud, really annoying and dim-witted nature wouldn't really pass over in this version. But they did get his original voice actor back, and seeing him in action, my god, he looks so good now. See if there's any kind of chases you around a little bit. You actually want him to get close to you, and then run away really quick so we can do that. See how now there's both blue and red? And depending on which one he stands on, that's the kind of attack he'll do, and this time he does 3. And you can kind of get to him really quick, too. Another thing that I wouldn't mind talking about is, You know how Hunter said that his birthday was 22475? Oh my gosh, do this! Urgh. See, for the longest time, I actually thought that he had the same birthday as me, because 224 you would think would be like February 24th, which is my birthday. But nope, he actually said his birthday the way that most of the rest of the world that isn't America does it, meaning you have the day that you were born first and then the month. So he was actually born on April 22nd, and when I found that out, I was devastated, honestly. One last hit. Ugh. And every boss in this game gives you a skill point if you do it without getting hit. I didn't get a skill point, are you freaking kidding me?
You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Yeah, probably.
Bring it on, shorty.
Did you just forget that you were short for a second there?
Now. Destroy him and make sure it's painful. What? Go! Get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
Yep. Also, yeah, I did not get the skill point, notification for that, which hopefully means I don't have to fight him again like I did with Nasty Nork.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt.
Sure you would.
If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that.
Whoops.
Why you...
It is honestly kind of satisfying to watch Moneybags fall like that. But not satisfying to see those banners. And now we're in the second homeworld, Autumn Plains. Same crap, different level. Now let me actually check my skill points really quick. How did I not get perfect? I didn't get hit! Why does this keep happening to me? I'll go and do that just a little bit later. There's one thing that I want to do first. Well, actually, a couple things. First, let's just pick up some gems along the way. Get a glimpse at all of these levels that I'm going to need to explore soon. Charge into these baskets. Hoya! And look at that. There's a Moneybags standing right next to a ladder. Gee, I wonder what he wants to do.
Well, well. I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, oh, I don't know, a small fee.
I would mind, but again, you're not exactly giving me a choice, you greedy bastard.
You won't regret it. Okay, when you see a wall surface that looks climbable, like the one to my left here, just jump onto it and you will grab it with your claws. Use the left stick to move up and down. Press the jump button again to leap off. You can also jump sideways onto another climbable area.
So yeah, really, really straightforward. Pretty much all you do is just jump up, and Spyro grabs onto it automatically. Really, really simple. Now this is where the fast travel system in this game really comes in handy. Let's go over to where Summer Forest is, and we're going to visit Glimmer first. And that way we can 100% it now that we know how to climb. So might as well start here.
Head on up the ladder.
Alright, here we are. And before you climb this ladder, since there is a Superfly power up there, you want to make sure that you want to defeat 10 enemies first. So here we are.
Hey,
Hi.
You got the Superfly power-up active. Now you can light the gem lamps in this cave.
Yep, this is pretty much the same thing that we did outside. Just flying around and lighting all the gem lamps. Kinda dumb, but at least it'll give us an orb. This one is a little bit harder, I guess, because there's more obstacles, namely these stalactites. But it's pretty easy.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were gonna have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody mix this orb in with the baseballs.
This is a really poor place to hold a baseball game. There's hardly any room for players to run around. Even if there was, there's all these things on all these pillars and stalagmites and stuff blocking their path. Jeez. And also, yep, you can use the Superfly to get up here and get, hopefully, the rest of the gems. Yeah. And as I said before, there is a little bit of an exploit to get to this area earlier, and that's to use the Superfly that's outside. Ow. You can actually use the Superfly to, like, fly right through here and up above. Thing is, as soon as you do, the power-up starts draining even more rapidly. That way you don't have nearly enough power-up to get any of the gem lamps, which makes sense. And we are actually going to get the talisman again, and there is a reason for that. And that reason is because since the first time we exited this level, it played the cutscene that properly introduced Allura and Hunter, we actually get a bonus epilogue for Glimmer. Let's watch it. Such great comedic timing, I love it. Alright, here we are back at Sunny Beach. Now, in case you missed it, the first ladder in the level's right here. We just hop right on up, and bloop. And like I said, this area is just a little bit pointless other than the 10 gems that you collect, but there you go. There's that area done. Now we gotta push these turtles again just to progress through the level. A little bit annoying. Really, you know, hammers in the backtracking element a little bit. But if you want, you can just breeze right on through the rest of the level. Yeah! Death from above. And now the only other thing we have to do is right over here.
Hello, young.
This guy tells us about the chef who wants to make soup out of the turtles. And it's this guy right here.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup. If I could catch them, you can try to say them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Again, that Louisiana French Creole accent comes back. Ah, God, it just... Something about that accent is just so... It's so unique, I guess, and I just love the drawl. Now, this is one of those tasks that's kind of dumbed down in this version of the game. I mean, this part of the challenge was always really easy. This is a 2-part challenge, and this one you just need to save 3 turtles. And to do that, you just, you know, keep them away from the pot, and charge or flame them into that little pool over there. There you go, easy orb.
So you saved a few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
You'd love for me to do that, wouldn't you? You will not be rid of me so easily.
If you step any closer to the pot, I'll start ringing my bell again.
See, it's not made entirely clear that he actually wants you to go towards the pot again for another orb, but that is what you do. And see how it says this is a 5-star difficulty? In the original game, you could definitely see why this one would be more difficult, because 10 turtles come out this time. I think at least 10. But the thing about the original... this challenge in the original is, for one, it was a completely isometric camera that you had no control over. So it was kind of difficult to see, like, which turtles were coming out of which pipe. And another thing that made it harder in the original is that a bunch of turtles came out at once. Whereas this one, they come out almost one at a time, giving you ample time to go over and save the turtle from the pot. So this challenge was, like, really, really dumbed down. If anything, it's insultingly easy now. You just need to have a fair reaction time and a bit of accuracy to charge them right in there, but this challenge could have been so much more hectic. And for whatever reason, they chose to go a much simpler route. So now instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, this challenge is actually really tedious. Ugh. Is that it? That's it. Bam.
Rats, you saved every turtle on the beach.
Turtle.
Take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Do you like turtles? There we go, all the orbs collected. Although we are still missing 10 gems. And the rest of the gems are right in this pool here. Honestly, pretty easy to miss. So there we go. Sunny Beach done. So now let's return to the Summer Forest home and get the last orb and the rest of the gems. Alright, and now we're back in the exact area that we want to be, because here's the ladder right here.
There's something shiny at the top of this wall. Maybe you could climb up and get it?
Maybe I could. Nice little trick for you speedrunners out there, or for people who are just, you know, in too much of a hurry. You actually can jump upwards on the ladder to climb it a little bit quicker. So just run all around this rim here, and we should still be missing one gem somewhere, right? Yep, but other than that, Summer Forest is totally done. We still need to go back to Crush's dungeon and defeat him again with no damage, for whatever reason. This game has been, like, really dumb to me when it comes to, skill points that involve not getting any damage done to you. So, oh, that could actually be in the area where Aquaria Towers is. Let's check that really quick. Or, you know, not. I was right there the whole time. Well, conveniently enough, we're right next to the Autumn Plains gate, so here we go. Easy. And we're back in Crush's dungeon to get a BS skill point. I think I figured out that it, for some reason, counts as a hit if you get knocked back by Crush's force field, even though it doesn't deal any damage to Sparks. So let's see if we can actually get it this time. There we go, finally! And here we are back in Autumn Plains. I know there's a ladder right over here, but there's a bunch of stuff that we can do over in this area of the level that was open to us from the get-go. It's actually 4 levels out here plus a flight level, so got quite a lot of stuff that we can do. First, let's go to this level right here, Skelos Badlands. This one was kind of the I guess the level that received the most attention and like the most coverage when Spyro 2 first came out back in 1999, and it was kind of like the I guess the staple level for Spyro 2. And this is also one of my favorite redesigns in the Reignited Trilogy version of Spyro 2, which, as far as I know, I'm kind of in the minority on that one. But I'll let you guys draw your own opinion. Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah. I can definitely understand why a lot of people are against these character redesigns, the caveman especially, but I think they look great. They look so cartoony and so just quirky and just dumb and dim-witted. That's the word I'm searching for. They just fit the tone of the game so well. And these enemies right here, even in the original, they were called cat bats. And honestly, they didn't really look like cat bats. They kind of looked like pot-bellied lizards with wings. But in this, they actually look like a cross between a cat and a bat. And I'm sorry, but why is this a bad thing?
Hey, Dragon. I hear you're pretty tough. I bet my cousin Glug you wouldn't be able to make it through the Badlands without getting singed.
Oh, really? You're gonna bet against me? Challenge accepted. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a football player named after you. Weird. This is a pretty standard dinosaur level. The layout kind of reminds me a lot of Pterodactyl Land from Banjo-Tooie. Which, you know, actually, Banjo-Tooie came after this game, so doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to draw that comparison. I love this guy. He's got like a video camera that actually comes into play later in the level. And also there's these cacti here. Oh my god, I love that sound effect. And if you flame it, then it explodes! And you might have already guessed this, but there is a skill point for destroying all of the cacti in the level, which, for the most part, they're pretty along the way, similar to the windmills in Hurricos, so you would actually have to make an effort to miss one of them. There's actually 2 skill points in this level, but we will get to that when we get to that. And as you can probably have guessed by now, since these guys are small, but since they're already on fire, they're impervious to our flames, so we charge them. Just don't get too close when that happens like I just did. Wow. Well, that's a demonstration for what not to do. And apparently an enemy over there flamed another enemy over there and gave me another spirit particle, so that's cool. Yeah, this is where the first 2 orb challenges are, right over here.
Spyro, our village is being overrun by lava lizards. Can you get rid of them before they eat my little buddies? I'll lower the bridge for you so you can get over there.
I would be glad to, sir. I am happy to call you my brother in arms. So this one gets a little bit hectic. They actually kept the hectic nature of this challenge in the original. Ugh. Gotta really, this is a scripted event. They don't just like hatch randomly, but you do need to keep your eye out and your ear out. But there's that one done.
Well done, Grasshopper. Take this shiny thing we found to aid your journey.
Wax on. Wax off.
Uh-oh, it looks like more lizard eggs are dropping down. Are you ready for another challenge?
Now this is where it starts to get a little bit crazy. This one, even if you do know the pattern, it's still kind of difficult to move quick enough to get to these guys before they get to a villager. And this one actually threw me for a loop a little bit the first time I played it, because they slightly change the order at which these things hatch from the original. Now this guy over here opens. This is usually the last one to hatch over here. So it's a little bit confusing first couple times, but if you're quick enough, you'll do it.
Thank you for helping us again, Spyro. You deserve another shiny thing. I was going to use it as a nightlight.
It would make a pretty good one, to be fair. Maybe a bit too good. It would light up your whole room. I don't know about you guys, but I need, like, absolute complete darkness in order to fall asleep. Just a little bit of light, I find very distracting. It takes me forever to get to sleep anyway. I need, like, the perfect position, the perfect amount of darkness. I also need a fan going. I know that's a common thing. Even in the wintertime, I have to have a fan going for the pleasant noise. There's also this guy up top here. A little lava toad with a bone. I got a bone to pick with you. These bones are actually collectibles for this level. And you'll find out why once we get closer to the end. First, let's go into this giant... I don't even know what this thing's supposed to be. Like, just a giant dinosaur, I guess? Reminds me of the dragon mouths from the first game. Alright. And there's another lava toad over here. Ugh. I remember in the original, you could actually spit a rock from across this, lava river here. And the flame dude's... If you hit the flame dude's head just right, then his head would bounce up here and defeat this guy. And just another one of those oddly satisfying moments that I wish had passed over to this version. But... little things like that don't bother me. And how many enemies do we have? We have 10. It's still going to take a little while to open that up. This is another one of those instances where it isn't like expressly said what the power-up is or how you're supposed to use it in the level, but once you actually figure out what the power-up does, then it's pretty obvious. And if you hit 3 lava rocks over to this area over here, then the bones break, and you can glide right in and get this dude. Oh my gosh, when he's sitting down like that and staring at me, he looks like Grumpy Cat. I actually think you can defeat this. Okay, I am just out of your range. You can spit a rock at this guy, and I think he destroys the cat bat. Yes, he does. Awesome. Oh, I didn't realize that I had picked up another lava rock in the middle of all that. All right, so this is the first time that we're encountering this particular power-up, and as you can see, it makes us invincible for a limited amount of time, which means we can get hit and walk on lava. And we won't show any worse for wear. Pretty dang cool. Hello.
I'm so sad. Those pesky lava toads have stolen all my friends' bones. If you help me put them back together again, it'd sure be more fun.
And now we know what all those bones are for. They're to actually reassemble a human being. That's not morbid at all. End of the level. This is another really short one, but a lot of stuff to do.
Excellent. You made it through the Badlands. I knew I'd win that bet. My cousin Gronk is a fool to bet against a dragon. Take this talisman for helping me out.
You are welcome. This guy also has one of the funnier lines if you talk to him again.
If you don't know what to do with the talisman, maybe you could make a nice soup with it.
How would talisman soup taste? I wonder. And this is kind of an annoying mechanic that was introduced in Spyro 2. It's called the Mystery Vase. You destroy one at the end of the level, and it keeps on reappearing, like closer and closer to the level start, every time that you destroy it. And once you actually destroy it, once it's near the beginning of the level, then you're awarded with some bonus gems. So yes, it is necessary for 100% completion. These lives, however, are not, but I just like getting them because, you know, you can never have enough. And also I mentioned earlier that this level has 2 skill points. Well, this is the area where we get both of them. That is, if you've destroyed every cactus up till now. So these cat bats are flying pretty high, so we can't jump up and flame them like we usually can. So we got to spit rocks at all of them. Pretty simple, just, you know, get your aim down and get your dodging skills. Go. Where's the lava rock? Big swallow. And there we go. Skill point. Cat Bat Quartet is what it's called. And then this should be the last cactus. Bam. 2-for-1 special, y'all. And don't forget about this rocket, which I totally glossed over this lockbox earlier. We're not going to go over there yet, because that's the area where, the mystery vase will eventually spawn. So might as well get all those gems all in one go. Oh, crap. It's honestly really cool that even after you, reach the technical end of a level, there's still, like, just a bunch of stuff to do. That way the levels don't feel too short. It's a bit of crazy platforming work to do here. Gotta go around. Ugh. Get to this guy. Get another bone. And also, while you're up here, you'll want to glide over to this platform here for one single 25er. Cheeky. And since we're invincible, we can just walk on lava whenever we want, which means we can use these as steps to get in here. Which, if that area where the mystery vase spawned earlier looks unfamiliar, it's because it's over here. Now this guy, you can either jump down there while you're invincible, or you can wait until he's doing that and then flame him in midair. And the bone automatically goes over to this platform. Simple stuff. Elementary, my dear dragon. And then there's another one over here. Careful not to stay on these platforms too long, because they will sink into the lava within like 1 second of you standing on them. And there's that done. Oh, or maybe I could just fall into the lava myself. I am the best at this game, I swear. I am the master. Yeah. And we'll do that later, because that's the last bone up there, and if we get that, then we're automatically teleported to the guy. You know how it goes. So let's get these gems over here first. And boop, just like that. And then we go up here to get the rest of these guys, including that one stupid gem that fell off. And this should be the end of Skelos Badlands as soon as I go over here. Make sure to get the gems before you're transported. Bam.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can put my friend back together. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. A fairy left it with me a little while ago.
It's going to a good cause, sir. And we are rewarded for our efforts. God, the air horns frickin' sell it. First time I saw this cutscene and I heard those air horns, I was like, I was laughing so hard I almost fell out of my chair. Encore, encore! Woohoo! And I love how this is like part of the dynamic soundtrack now. Like, if you walk away, then the original soundtrack comes back. But if you pass by it again, then you keep on hearing the music and it keeps on dancing. Again, reminds me of Banjo-Tooie. So that's Skelos Badlands. Honestly, it's far from my favorite level in Spyro 2. I do like dinosaurs, but for some reason, dinosaur-themed levels in video games just have never really appealed appeal to me. They're for the most part, all of the ones I've played are not very well designed. I don't know. I feel the same about Pterodactyl Land from Banjo-Tooie. Just not really my cup of tea, I guess. But now that that's done, let's go on to maybe a better level. We'll see. Skelos Badlands Funniest Home Videos. I'll give that one a 6 out of 10 because there was no nut shot. Yeah, I would say that it would make the most sense to do these levels in proper order. Because like I said earlier, even though these levels are kind of just their own thing, there isn't really a whole lot connecting them. Especially environmentally wise, they do have some similarities. And you'll see what I mean when we enter this level, called Crystal Glacier. It's totally what I meant to say. Crystal Glacier. My gosh, that really shouldn't be a tongue twister. Gee, doesn't that character model look familiar, huh? Nope. So yeah, the running theme between this level and Skelos Badlands is like prehistoric times with cavemen, Neanderthal type dudes. I know, oh my gosh, I'm making so many comparisons with Banjo-Tooie in this episode, but it kind of reminds me of Hailfire Peaks, like one side being the lava side and the other side being the icy side, and having, you know, similar characters and, you know, enemies and stuff like that. So, these guys are encased in ice. Not good. But we are a dragon, so we can melt them.
Spyro! The Ice Wizards have imprisoned our leader, Shaman Tuck. Can you help us rescue him? It is urgent. He has our tickets to tonight's hockey game in Colossus Valley.
I will say I'm not a big fan of these guys' voices in the Reignited trilogy. In the original, they kind of sounded like a robot on helium. But in this one, they just... I don't know. Just really doesn't sit with me right. It doesn't really fit, especially... It doesn't really fit their small stature, definitely. I think that's what bothers me most.
If you get on the catapult, we'll help you across the chasm.
Help you across the chasm! Are you drunk? Be real with me. So just stand on the end of this thing, and... belly flop! Woohoo! Love it. Now, there's even more of these guys encased in ice. However, if you try freeing them while there's still more of these ice wizards around, then they'll just freeze them again. So you have to defeat all of the enemies before you can free them. Get these, I'll pick those up later. Also, it looks like you can go inside this thing, but nope, it's just totally blocked off. Not the best design for that, honestly. I love how the fodder in this level is just walking snowballs. They're so cute. They're like the starfish. They're so cute, which just makes me want to murder them more. Alright. I think that's all the ice wizards. So now let's go back and free all these guys before they get hypothermia. Or frostbite. Or cramps.
Watch! We'll help you climb this wall up ahead.
Thank you, Iggy. Iggy Pop. You were almost an Iggy Freeze Pop. Wow, that was bad. And see these guys here, they like stick their spears into the wall, and then you can use them as platforms. I think that's so creative and just so corny, I guess. Hoo-yah! You will never beat me in a jousting competition! Boing. Oh my gosh, ugh! Coming from all sides. And yeah, there's a whole big area down there with spider-like creatures. I guess I'm a bit of an arachnophobic. Like I said earlier, I can handle spiders if they're like, or other insects, you know, as long as they're not like right in front of me or touching me, like an image or a video of insects doesn't really bother me, but having them close by, just nope. That's a whole lot of nope from me. Whoa. We're not going to go to that area yet because we need to activate the power-up first. Actually go to that area last when I play this level. Alright, we've done pretty much everything we can up here, so let's talk to this guy.
Hello there, Spyro. I could arrange for you to cross this bridge for a small fee.
You know, I will say that in Spyro 2, Moneybags is definitely pompous, but he's not like... He's not a jerk, per se. Like, he... well, just the fact that he's charging you gems is, you know, behavior of a jerk enough, but he's not really condescending. He doesn't really talk down to you. But you just wait until you hear the things he says in Spyro 3. I'll keep it as PG-13 as I can, but let's just say in Spyro 3, Moneybags is a straight-up dick.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can buy that condo in Hurricos I've been wanting for so long. Go ahead across the bridge.
You're welcome. God, I'll never get tired of that animation. That was worth the 200 gems that I just paid him. Almost. Is this a verb? What? What do you want? You want death? Granted. And again, already we're at the end of the level. God, these levels go by so quickly. Blech. I suppose that's one of the major downsides to having played this game for 19 years. But did you hit me? How did you hit me? From on the other side of the tower thing. You guys must be wizards. Oh wait, you are wizards. Never mind. I also love how the edge of this tower now looks like sequined fish scales. Really cool. Alright. What are you guys gonna do to help me out?
Spyro, just hold tight for a second and look out below.
Seriously, for little guys, they can jump quite a bit. Well, you remember in the opening cutscene where one of them, like, launched the other one up with their spear? But they had the jumping ability in them all along, so why don't they just do that?
Oh, you'd think those guys could have got me out of here without rolling a 2-ton snowball onto my head. Here, take this crystal. I traded some hockey tickets for it.
Yeah, that's another voice that I'm not a very big fan of. By God, is it annoying. If it was a slightly higher pitch, then it would have been a great impression of Adam Sandler playing Whitey in 8 Crazy Nights. Alright, so now that we've gotten the talisman, it's time to go for the orbs. This one's a little bit out of the way. Kind of have to go very carefully around the edge and then hop on these bones here. I'll get that on my way out. Hello.
I lost my pet snow leopard. I was busy fishing, and when I turned around, he was gone. I hope George didn't get eaten by the Draclets.
I'll go find your snow leopard if you just shut up. And stop giving me that creepy smile. Alright. So yes, the 2-star difficulty would suggest this is a pretty straightforward task. It's not all too dangerous, but just challenges you to think for a split second. However, look at him. Look at George the Snow Leopard. Look at how tiny and just cute, and those big old eyes. You just, oh my god, I want one. I want a pet snow leopard. I know I already have 2 cats, but I need more cuteness. You can even hear him purr. He's such a good boy. His jumping animation looks kind of weird because, you know, his legs and tail don't really move when he's midair, but still, he's cute. Now, what you need to do to get George to trust you to follow him back to the shaman is feed him some fish. To do that, just flame them while they're in midair, and he will devour them like the bloodthirsty beast he is. The bloodthirsty, so cute beast that he is. Just follow him around. And helps to get the fish before George even gets to the hole. Love that he has like a little purr slash growl while he's eating the fish. It kind of reminds me of my own cats. That's the sound that they make when they eat wet food. Oh my gosh, like hearing that purr sound like directly in my ear, it just it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Because now that we fed him 3 fish, he'll follow us wherever we go. Just don't go too fast, because I'm not sure if George can get left behind if you go too far away from him. But I'm not about to find out. Here you go, my dude.
You found George! I'm so glad he's safe. I'll be sure to pay more attention to him from now on. All I have with me is this round, shiny thing I caught while I was fishing. You can have it if you like.
Absolutely would like. One complaint I have about George is, I'm not sure if you saw, but his sitting animation is pretty much non-existent. As soon as he stops moving, he just bam, right into a sitting position. In the original, it was the cutest freaking thing ever. He would stop moving, have his butt like kind of in the air a little bit, and then just plop it right down. And it made like the cutest little thud noise, and just cat butts, man. They're so cute. Almost as cute as corgi butts. Actually, no, who am I kidding? There's nothing even close to the cuteness of a corgi butt. Alright, so now we can go down here and do one of the more annoying challenges in the game. This is where the flying controls really show their weakness.
We used to give guided tours of these caves, but now they're infested with multiplying Draclets. It's only a matter of time before they take over our whole village. You think you can get rid of them for us?
Okay, seriously, are you drunk? Like, someone's been hitting the prehistoric mead.
Great! But remember, you have to catch them all quickly, because if any are left alive, they will continue to multiply.
And yes, that is just as annoying as it sounds. Well, let's do it. This is where the flying controls like really work against you, because the camera moves a lot more while you fly, and you move a little bit differently, and it's really easy to miss these guys. Oh god, and it's really easy to do that. And also you're on a time clock, because if you don't get them quickly, or if you miss any of them, then more will spawn. I actually did this mission a lot quicker than I usually do.
Saved us all from a grisly fate. Please accept this orb as a small token of our thanks.
You know what? No. I'm sick of orbs at this point. You need to give me a sweeter deal than that, buckaroo.
I'll also make sure you get free snow cones whenever you visit us.
Now that's more like it. That is a fitting reward. That is a reward fit for a king, I dare say. And now, the only thing we have left to do is clean up the rest of these gems in the cave. How do you give guided tours at this cave with this big old lake of ooze right in the middle of it? Kinda weird. Do people have to sign a waiver before they go in here? Probably. Oh my gosh, really? Again? What am I missing? I'm missing 5. Or is it Sparks? Wait, did I miss one in the cave? Maybe. Oh, he's pointing downward, so... Yeah, I'll double check. Can't imagine I missed one in here. And I don't think I did. Well, let's look for it. Right here on the outskirts. Gotcha. Alright, and there we go. Let's skedaddle. Seems like all the denizens in each world just want to cause each other pain.